Yes, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Kings of the Bridge. Hope you're all well. Hope you're having a good bank holiday Monday. Unfortunately, it is closing, so it means the dreaded work is coming back tomorrow. But I'm joined by Chris, Chats CFC. I hope you're well. And Benji, hopefully he is there. If he isn't, there he is.
Yes,
Hey, cousin Benj.
Uncle Chris.
What's happening, my brother?
All good, all good, all good as usual. Seven. No, I'm very good, very very good.
Good. Well, look, it's weird to have not only a win but a clean sheet. And look, I understand it's against Port Vale, but you have to play what's against you. And I felt that. Look, yes, 7-0 is great. Doesn't really mean anything. Well, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, we're at Wembley again, and we got a massive opportunity to get into the final now as we miss out on Man City. And we are playing against Leeds, which is going to be a massive game. And obviously, I saw Benji, you said yesterday that is this game bigger than what we probably would have had against Man City? Maybe. Our record at the moment, I can't believe I'm to say this. It's we've got to make sure we get a win because at the moment, out of 2 games, we've got 1 point. So, but yeah, we're going to be talking about the game, a little bit about obviously the draw. Then we're going to talk a little bit about just certain players like Esteval, and then we'll probably close it off with the game coming up against Man City at the weekend, which I'm really not looking forward to. And then if there's any kind of transfer news, really, also I know Barco is kind of looming around that's kind of all pre-agreed on a 6-year deal. He's apparently he's a cornerstone of the project, as Daly has come out with. So we're gonna see how that kind of turns out. Is he the experience that we need? Is it the obvious transfer? Yes. But yeah, I mean, guys, I'm going to kind of go to you first, really, about the game against Port Vale. What did you kind of take away from it? Was there any kind of star performers from that? Anyone that you felt maybe should have played and didn't? But yeah, Chris, I'll go with you first. What did you feel about the game on Saturday?
Yeah, so the game, I mean, I predicted a 3-1. I did joke about saying a 6-4 in my video. But it was, we took an early lead, 64 seconds or something like that. And I expected us to go up another level, but we didn't at all. And I think that was probably a bit of a disrespect to Port Vale. It just goes to show, I think, that's what I was worried about, the attitude of the team playing against a bottom of League One. We didn't really take it up a notch, really. It was a bit boring at times, to be honest. The Port Vale fans, I mean, fair play to them. They were fantastic. They enjoyed that day out. But other than that, I mean, we picked it up. I mean, we went with a strong team. I was very surprised we went with a strong team. And I was a little bit disappointed not to see Josh. And for me, that probably nails him to go in the summer. Because if you're not going to play him at Port Vale, when are you going to play him?
Do you think it's a loan or do you think it's permanent?
Well, I would like to think loan, but given the position that Blue Collar are in, I'm probably going to say they will look to sell. And the only way they're going to be able to get a bit of decent money for him, if they do sell, is to play him, give him minutes, give him opportunities to shine and make him learn from his mistakes when he does make them. But every time he's come on, we've seen him, he goes forward. He does like these really good runs. He's very good. He's very good defensively. I think he does well considering he's got a inexperienced and not the best defence with him. So that was a shock for me. But look, 7-0. We got the job done. We now move on to Leeds. It's redemption time at Wembley. We've got to get a win at Wembley because we have not been very good at Wembley the last eight years, I think it is. So the time is now. We've got to give the fans something, and hopefully Wembley and Leeds is that.
Yeah, totally agree. I mean, the whole Wembley curse is we've got to change it because it's we need to get domestic trophies because if we're not going to be able to compete for the Premier League, at least as I think our kind of core targets for the season is minimum top 4 and one of the domestics. And out of the 2, I think the FA Cup is obviously the bigger trophy and I think is the bigger one to go for. It seems that more teams take that seriously. But yeah, we're going to obviously go on to the whole Leeds part, obviously, after I hear what Benji says about 7-0 win. But to go back to you quickly just about Josh, if he does go permanently, who do you think he'll go to and how much do you reckon that we would potentially accept as an offer on him? Because I think personally, it's a given he goes to Palace.
I think it's a
opinion.
level
I
of
think Palace
Palace.
for 45 million.
Yeah.
He should go for more because of the potential there. But like you said, if you're not playing him, you know, it's only really hearsay about his potential. So, yeah, who do you think then?
I think someone just said in the chat that Josh will go to Bayern Munich. That's a pretty good shout, and that is a place that he can progress in. Actually, I think he'd get game time, a bit similar to how Nicholas Jackson's game time's gone at the minute with Bayern Munich. I think that would be very good, and also it's an experience of a new league, a new country. That is something that also helps development and growth within a player, especially at his age of being 19. But if we're going to look at the Premier League, I think you could safely say on loan or a buy. That would definitely be Palace, a level of maybe Palace. I mean, even a newly promoted side, or one that could stay in this season, like a Sunderland. You know, I could definitely see him going there. But if we was going to sell him, I can't see anyone wanting to buy him for any more than 30 million, given on his game time this season.
Well, I think you double that, and Clear Lake, that's what they'll put on for him. But Benji, how are you, mate? You doing all right? In your crib?
I'm doing fantastic. No, same old crib. Same old crib. That's not really my crib. My crib looks much nicer than that, to be honest. But yeah, I'm very happy, to be honest. Very, very happy. To be honest, you can't really say a lot about that performance. That's a performance you really expect when you play against the League One relegation team. There's only one man, matter of fact, two. There's just two men that you just have to applaud. We've been knowing their talent for a very long time. Axel and Esteban. Oh my God. My God. We really don't like to see Esteban off the left. This motherfucker cooked everybody on that left. And once he went to the right and in that 10, yeah, it was just like, he's just so talented. And the fact that it looks like he put on like 10 kg or maybe like 8 kg of weight, because this motherfucker can take hits now. He's not getting pushed over the ball like he did, in the beginning of the season. Even in the Club World Cup, we even saw, this guy just put on some weight.
Do you think he looked good on the left bench, you say?
Yeah. I definitely, I think he's a versatile attacker. I think him off the left is no worries at all. But I think off the left is going to be more of a, like a Sane type. Because he did, run a lot in behind. He has the pace. I don't really want to see him too much on the ball. I'd rather see him in the movement type of winger. You see, the 1-2s you're running behind. It's more like striking. You get the ball, you shoot. Then just go dribbling, because we all know he's just gonna go to the left. It's gonna be a cutback or a cross. But he did do very good off the left, and we've seen him on the left previously against Everton, and he did do very good, to be honest. But 7-0 win, you don't really take a lot from it. I'm just very, 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 very surprised that we play Leeds. I actually thought we was about to play City or Southampton. The fact that we got Leeds, I almost cried yesterday, because the record against Leeds, especially away, oh my goodness, we are so bad. We haven't won against Leeds for 2 years. Away. Now, at home, I think the last one was a draw and the last one was a loss. So even at home, we don't even have a good track record against Leeds. The last time we won against Leeds, I think, was 2022 or 2021. Leeds is a good team. They're very physical. You all saw how they played against West Ham. That low block is nasty work. That back five don't play around. And the fact that, Jem's gonna cook me for this, but the fact that Gittins haven't really showed his feet at Chelsea yet, it irritates me so much, because imagine if you had a Gittins on a little bit of GA, he's on form, and a Esteban and a Palmer in the 10, Lord have mercy. We would be cooking them. Cooking. But the fact I have to see Garnacho and Neto on the wings, against a deep low block where you actually need technical ability and shooters from outside the box. It's just I really don't know. I really don't know. But you move. You take the win, and you just look forward to the FA Cup, because now I'm just gonna be straight honest. I couldn't give a shit about the league. I couldn't give a damn about the league. If you win the FA Cup and you somehow manage to finish fifth, you know what? If you win the FA Cup, I'll finish fifth all day long. All day long. At least you won a trophy. You get Europa League, maybe you get Champions League, depending on how the other English team gets it. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I really don't want to talk too much. I want to give it over to Jem and you. So yeah.
Did you boys really think like a lot of that win? Like, was you hyped off that win?
Do you know what was weird? Was when, I know this is really weird to say, when Hato got the first goal, because obviously it's great, first 60 seconds, but you want a bit more of a game. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just found you're not like it's painting over cracks. I think we all just know that it's exactly what Ben said. You get the result and move. Like, you can't take anything from this game. I haven't heard what Rossini has come out with, but hopefully he's got that same mantra of just like, look, professional performance and just move on. So I don't take too much from the win. Obviously, It's fantastic that we are in the semi-final, but Benji's right. Leeds aren't going to be an easy game. This is the first time they're in, I don't know, at Wembley in 39 years. They are going to be monstrous at Wembley, those fans. It is like a 50-50 capacity pretty much. It's going to be rocketing for them. And in my opinion, how we play against lower opposition when they're like that, we crumble. We crumble. So Benji's probably right. If we would have had an easier, a better game against City than we would probably against Leeds, I think it's going to be a really tough game. But
Mike, can I just add to that? I don't really think people understand, especially people outside of England. Me living in England, I really understood this once I lived in London. Leeds is a derby. And I really don't think people understand. And this was why I really, really wanted Southampton City. Leeds is a derby. Remember, it's the first time in like 50 or 30 years they've made a semi-final in this, in the FA Cup. This game means everything. We all know Leeds, Leeds is just chilling on the beach right now. They have nothing to play for. They're safe from relegation. Even if they lost every single game, they're pretty much safe from relegation. So they're gonna stay in the Premier League. This is the only thing they have to play for. This is the only thing. My worry is just, we have to play for shit. Are we gonna crumble? Because this derby means everything, and that I'm going to Wembley personally. I'm going to the game. I'm going to the semi-final, and hopefully I'm going to the final too. If we beat Leeds, that game is going to be rocking. We all know the Leeds fans don't play around when it comes to just chanting and supporting their team, and we know Leeds is not a Mickey Mouse team, especially against Chelsea. Throughout the years, that's what I mean. We don't really have the best track record against Leeds. That's why I'm low-key scared of them. But once again, we have the better players on paper. But yeah, I don't know.
I ain't necessarily scared of Leeds. I don't think that's the issue. I think we need to.
Yeah.
We owe Leeds a big fat W, if you want my honest opinion, especially after not getting no points against them. However, what I'm a little bit worried about more than anything, and I do think we can overcome it, is our record at Wembley at the moment, because it's not good. If we don't win anything this year as well at Wembley, that's 7 losses at Wembley in a row, which is just ridiculous. That's not good enough for us. We used to call Wembley our second home, that was and all of a sudden it's just gone the other way. So this is a good opportunity for us to go, give them a humbling at Wembley. It's a big pitch. We're both not at home. Take advantage of that situation, and then see what happens. It looks like we'll probably get City, but see what happens once we get into the final, right? Because even though Southampton are not a bad team, don't get me wrong. I watched them against Arsenal. I thought they played really well. Arsenal, in my opinion, don't attack the way Man City attack. So it's a bit of a different full, different ball game. And not just that, City, I think, have also hit form at this moment in time. So, that's another thing. And we've got them obviously this week as well, which we'll obviously talk about in a bit. But big up everyone that's here anyway, guys. Over 60 of you here. Big up everyone in the building right now. Make sure you're hitting that likes as always, giving everyone a follow here as well, guys. Make sure you run up the like buttons, and give everyone else a follow. But it's our last opportunity of silverware, right? It really is, to try and get something before it closes off. And if we can get champions, this would be my question to you guys. I ask Chris quickly on this. How would you feel about us potentially winning an FA Cup and managing to make Champions League? How would you rate our season if we managed to do that?
Jem, you just read my mind, because I was just about to ask you guys that question. And I was thinking about this earlier and how it would make me feel, because we done it last season. We just managed to get Champions League football on the last day. That was great, but if you look at the season as a whole, it wasn't great. And it would be the same again for me this season. I think if we got FA Cup, I would enjoy it for the moment as a fan, and seeing all the fans getting something they deserve, and making Champions League. For me, it would be another average season, and it's not just because you have to look at it as a whole. If you're going to get to them places with a cup and with Champions League football, most teams that do that, you've seen them be very consistent throughout the whole of the season. They've been spoken about most of the season in a good light, where Chelsea hasn't. So for me, it wouldn't change the fact that we've had another average and below average season under these owners. And as I think someone just mentioned and alluded to, it would pave over the cracks that we have within this football club. It is getting more evident that we are rotting away, and this will only help the owners. And it's not good. It's so bad to say. You want to win a trophy, but it makes it better for them. We need to starve them. So that's how I see it, Jem.
Yeah, I agree.
Jem, am I allowed to just add to that 1 second?
Well,
I still need the players to come out and say the exact same shit they've been saying. You know what I would love? If we finish fifth, and fifth gets you Champions League, we win the FA Cup. You know what? I need these players to be bold and just be like, this is good. We need to... first of all, it's back-to-back trophies. And we haven't won back-to-back trophies since 2017.
Yeah,
Since 2017, we haven't won back-to-back trophies. Maybe 2018 it was, but I'm pretty sure it's 2017. We haven't won back-to-back trophies. I still need these players to come out and speak their shit. It would be a dream for all of us.
Right, run the Conference League and the Club World Cup. That's back-to-back.
Well, for me, I'm talking more like different seasons.
I know you're talking about like the major and like something.
So I would just love to these players to come out and just talk, keep on talking. The biggest dream would be if we can get experience on top of this. I think that would change everything. But like Chris said, what's the percentage that's going to happen when you just see reports of Lamine Camara from Monaco, and then you have Barco. It's not really, it's not really giving a good look when you was looking for experience, right? So I really don't know, but it would be a successful season. It's a W season, but is it the season that you're really looking for? No. I'm just gonna be straight honest now.
There's two ways you see it, isn't it? Are we wanting to evaluate it from a fan perspective and not having the ownership involved? Then we'd say yes, it'd be fantastic considering the season that we've had to get Champions League and to get the FA Cup and win a trophy. But I think what Mike just alluded to there was literally what I was just thinking. If we do win the FA Cup, they will see that as the model working, and that still have brushed getting Champions League. We still get our Champions League money. with that transfer window that we've had. So it's really hard to evaluate it. Of course, like I don't think any of us would ever say, I want us to lose the FA Cup. But it will still be a little bit in our mind that if we do win it, like the Club World Cup and the Conference League, it makes them stroke their ego and go, we're doing everything right. We're proving
what are you moaning about, basically. Yeah, that's what they'll be saying. What are you moaning about? We gave you an FA Cup. You got Champions League football. We did. They'll probably be sitting there. We didn't even expect a cup trophy this year. We're ahead of schedule, which means everything's perfect. So I don't know what you guys are moaning about. Right, let's go in the summer window. Here you go, a mega Barco, and you can keep Mamadou Sarr.
Sounds like we've heard that before.
Yeah, well, that's where it's going to take me next, and this is going to be my next question to you guys. Obviously, we see a lot of the news around Enzo Fernandez through that sort of break and Cucurella, and weirdly enough, Cucurella. Caicedo, yeah. Well, I mean, Cucurella, Caicedo, and Enzo all didn't feature against Port Vale. They even though they were on the bench. I know Enzo wasn't, but they didn't feature in that game. But there's been a lot of talks around Barco more than anyone at the moment. We know Omega supposedly coming in as well, but it seems like he's very eager to join us in the summer and be a part of the squad. And the question here, which I keep seeing across Twitter, is he coming in to replace someone? Like, are we going to see the likes of a big sale in the likes of Enzo Fernandez? Are we going to sell Santos or Asugu maybe? I don't know, because obviously we're going to have to free up space. So how does this work for you guys, like looking at this at the moment? And ultimately, like if it is for Enzo, and I'll just say this right now, this isn't an upgrade. I don't care. No one can convince me that this is an upgrade, that this guy is an upgrade. And this is not because he's a bad player. I genuinely want to say that now. I like Barco. I actually think he's a good player. But none of them Strasbourg players, barring Doué, in my opinion, is ready to play for Chelsea Football Club, from what I've seen of him up to this point. So is he coming in just to be a bit like Santos, where he comes in and he's on the bench, but he comes in and out the team. He gives us that squad depth. He plays the cup games. He builds himself up in this league, which he will need to, because again, we've seen it like with Santos. It's not as easy as coming in and having a great season in the French league, coming over here and then, you know what I mean, hitting like the ground running straight away. It's took him a bit of time, and it's still taking him time throughout this season to adapt to this style, to the system, to the intensity, the physicality of this Premier League. So what is it, Chris? What is it with Barco? What do you see him as?
I see him as he's going to be coming over to the Premier League. He is going to be getting some minutes to up his value, and then he's going to be flipped, because him playing in the Premier League is going to be far more attractive to other clubs. So he'll probably be a potential flip player. That's me thinking on Blueco's head. But if I'm honest, I watched him at Brighton. I thought he was very good. You think about it, Brighton didn't want him, so they shipped him off to Strasbourg. I think he's a good player. I think he's like 5'7" or something like that. So he would never be playing at left back for us. He will be in the centre of the midfield. And you're right, we could be looking at potentially offloading injury hit players like Lavia potentially. This could be his time. Asugo, obviously, we've seen him with injuries as well. It could open up a possibility of Enzo Fernandez going. He's not going to be the right fit of player to replace Enzo. He could get there, but then that comes with experience. And if this is going to be the only young signing I want to see this summer window. If you want to give me a big summer, this be your youth player, and then the rest of them be these Premier League proven players and these bigger players. But we have to try and think that when they say these Premier League proven players and these elite players, maybe they might be looking at the levels of João Pedro, only because João Pedro has come in and worked.
Yeah.
But we should be looking at more than that. Because if they go with another 6 of those, maybe only 2 of those might work.
Who are those like players for you? Because it's a good point you make there. Obviously, they did mention Premier League experience is what they're looking at. So when they mentioned experience, they mentioned with Premier League pedigree like João Pedro. And if you look at all the signings of this season, João Pedro has been our best signing by a mile. So what other players out there? I know they've mentioned centre back, midfield again. I don't know about the attack. What other players could we look at and go, yeah, their experience, they can come in and they can improve this squad as well? That's the question.
Matt, what are you thinking?
The difficulty is that I think the pool of players we would ideally want to go for, we just can't go for. So Bastoni, something like that. Forget that. Obviously, I know it's not Prem experience. but we can't go for those sort of players. So then what we have to do as fans now is really try and understand, is it someone like a Senesi from Bournemouth now? Is that what we're saying is proven?
Yeah,
exactly. And so whereas before we would go, okay, great, right, we're going to go for certain types of players who are absolutely top of their game and we're going to bring them in. Whereas now we can't. We don't have that pool. I know Anderson, I know everyone's about, Anderson this, Anderson that, whatever. But if I was in their heads and if Fernandez was going to go whatever, you would think the likes of an Anderson, who, let's be honest, and that's not what I think, I wouldn't want to go for him, but all the big clubs are going to be going for him. That's who I would be saying, right, we're going to go for him. I think Barco is there as an insurance policy. In case Enzo Fernandez does go, they'll say that's his replacement, in my opinion. I don't think we're going to be going. If we go for like a Wharton from Palace, I think that's pointless. He's injury prone. I think personally that the Barco, they're seeing that as an insurance policy. I think you're right. I think Lavia, it'll be either Lavia permanent or Sugo on loan to fill those spots. And potentially it could be Santos leaving. I don't know. But in terms of the Prem players, I find it very difficult to see what players in the Prem we can get to upgrade our team currently without spending millions and millions and being the age of 28 and up, which we're not going to go for.
That's the issue.
So we have to, like I said, just completely lower our standards and go, okay, right, what else is left? And we're almost in like the clearance aisle of Tesco's, and we're like, oh, shit, there's like a manky tomato pasta salad, but there's spaghetti carbonara over there at full price. We can't go for that. Go for that.
To give you a quick idea of what supposedly is available in the summer window, these are players that are either coming to the end of their contracts, free agents or whatever. There's a list that's been put together of some players in and around the Premier League, but also outside of the Premier League that you could like have a look at, for example, and go, right, they fit or they could make a spare. And from Liverpool, you've got Konate and Robertson, who we know are going to be up. I think I don't know if Robertson's already going somewhere. I can't remember that. But then we've got Man City's John Stones. I know Chris has banged on about John Stones, and if he was fit, he would take him all days, and he's a good centre-back option for us. Bernardo Silva, as we heard yesterday, is going to be going. Edison,
another one.
Benabati, Stefan Ortega as a goalkeeper, maybe as a backup. Ilkay. Yeah, so Ilkay. And then you've got Kamada, Lerma, you've got Maguire, Sancho, you've got Wilson, Traore, Jimenez, you've got Welbeck, who, by the way, I didn't even know this. This stat's mad on Welbeck. No one scored more goals against the top six than Danny Welbeck, which is just crazy. Lewis Dunk and Adam Webster. I remember a lot of people talking about a potential Lewis Dunk a couple of years ago to Chelsea. I remember that. Rodrigo Bentancur from Tottenham apparently is up as well. And then from Everton, you've got Vitaly Milienko and Idrissa Gueye in the middle. And then you've got the Barcelonas and the Bayerns. You've got the Upper Mecanos, the Goretzkas, the Gnabry's, the Neuers. A lot of experience there that could be up for,
Frankie
up and
de Jong
available.
finally going to be going, is he?
Well, yeah. Listen, you've got Frankie de Jong, who, if you remember when we were looking at Enzo Fernandez and that saga at the time, it was all talk about Frankie de Jong. Yeah. And before that, Chelsea going for Frankie de Jong, and then obviously then to Enzo Fernandez. So what could that mean if he is available and we do sell Enzo? What does that mean for someone like Frankie de Jong to Chelsea? Christensen, the period pain guy, can stay there. Julian Brandt, Emre Can, and Nicolas Schuler as well. Another centre back available there. Antonio Rudiger is available.
Bring him home.
Alaba, Ruben Neves, and Dusan Vlahovic, as you know, the Juventus striker.
Favorite.
To give you an idea. So my question to you guys, and you can all answer it, starting from whoever, Matt, Benji, whoever. Looking at this list, if these players were, say, confirmed to leave, would you take any of them?
Yes, and yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Explain to me. Tell me what players you would take. I'm just interested to know.
First of all, sell that motherfucker Tosin and bring me Sensei on a free. Then bring me Upamecano because we need CBs that can fucking jump.
Upamecano is so washed, man. I can't
I
stand that guy.
No. Nope. No. He's better than all our defenders. I will not tolerate any Chelsea fan.
Combined.
No. I will not tolerate any Chelsea fan saying this guy is washed. No. Have you seen our backline? If you want to see Fofana and Trev play, go ahead. Me, I want Upamecano on the cheap. Yes, bring. I think that's pretty much it. To be honest, no one in the middle. I think the midfield should be pretty much done. The attack. No. To be honest, no. We have enough. Yeah, but you have the Lavius and you have the Santos, and now you have Isugu. He might even go out on a loan. You have Barco. Like, you have enough midfield depth. Plus with the physicality of Frankie.
Experience, Benji. That's the whole point. Look at the names on this list. It's a lot of experience, man. It's not about.
But who would you take? Like, we need experience in attack and in defense. So I'm taking two. I'm taking one on the free. And I'm taking Upamecano as my defender. And that's about it, to be honest. And the rest needs to be an attack.
So I would go for Bernardo Silva.
No way.
If Bernardo Silva was like on the right, I would.
No way.
Danny Welbeck, I'd go for. Is your third or second?
Better than Delap. Anything's better than Delap.
Oh, you know what? As a box presence, you know what? I really don't mind. Yeah. That's a shout. Yeah, that's a shout.
I'm just trying to think about our current crop of players. Danny Welbeck. I mean, Jem's saying that stat about him against the top six. We struggle. Our strikers, I think barring maybe Joao, have struggled against the top six, and that's what we need. I think Danny Welbeck would be great. Who else would there be? I mean, look, I'd love an Antonio Rudiger return. Would never happen. That's more nostalgic. But if you're looking at that, really, there is more experience. But if you're thinking of those players going on a free, they're going to be on massive wages, and I just don't think we're going to be able to facilitate that, any of them.
Interesting. Who are you, Chris? What do you think?
I mean, my thoughts on John Stones. Bernardo Silva, I think there was a stat that came out the other day. I think it was on Discord and our thing that Bernardo Silva's only missed half of a half or something in 9 years or something stupid. He's been consistent with injury-wise. I mean, Edison, he'd be unreal. With all this playing out from the back, he's one of the best in the game to do it.
Yeah.
And then who else have we got? I don't know who else have we got there. Danny Welbeck, he's like a fine wine. He's getting better with age, but he'd probably come to Chelsea, take the 9 shirt and stink it up because that's the curse that we have. No one from Tottenham at all.
Where he can go.
Yeah, Bayern Munich, every single one of them from Bayern Munich, absolutely. Yep. Upamecano, I'm sorry, Benj, but he's a bit of a wet wipe these days. I remember him playing at Villa Park a couple of seasons ago, and he stunk the place up. But if you want someone in there to be a leader, then go for it. I don't think he improves our back line massively, maybe with a voice, Andreas Christensen, don't go back to an ex, move on.
Reach it.
Who else have we got? Rudiger, that's what I'm talking about. Bring back that crazy run any day and shoot from wherever you want, brother. David Alaba, bring him. And Vlahovic, bring him. They're all going to want 200.
What?
Benji weren't having that one, Chris.
No. Fuck that. No. Vlahovic is on 400k. No way that motherfucker is taking 120 or 150. No way. Plus he's shit.
Premier League proven players, right? Premier League proven players. Yeah. Why can't we have Premier League proven players that have been in Europe? I'd rather take Europe experience. And someone just put up there about James Trafford. I asked you this the other day, didn't I, Jem?
Yeah.
I said, would you take him? Because he fits the profile. He is very good. It's because he's in that City team. He's that good.
Who are we talking about?
Yeah,
James
I'll be
Trafford.
quick.
Trafford at Man City, the second keeper.
I'll be honest with you. I would take a handful of people here. I would, if Konate was. I know Konate's not been good next to Van Dijk, but if he was available, either him or a Stones, I think you would bank on, right? Because Premier League experience again, you know. But the issue you have with them two for me is who. I mean, if Cole's back and he's back to himself, that would probably give you quite a good pairing at the back. It'd be a lot better than what we've seen, you know, throughout this season or seasons, should we say? And then, like, I like Bernardo Silva, but I'm not too over with him. Do you know what I mean? But between Edison or Ortega, I actually like both of them. I wouldn't mind them, any of them, to be honest. Yeah, as like a second/first battle with someone. Do you know what I mean? Like a Penders. If we got rid of Sanchez, like, it wouldn't bother me. I would not take the Fridge. Too slow, even though he is good for the Premier League physicality. He scores with his fat head from corners and stuff. But like, I just couldn't have a Fridge playing for my team. Do you know what I mean? Like, we just can't be doing it. Danny Welbeck, I think, is a good shout for like as a second/third option coming off the bench and like scoring these one-off goals. I think he would be not a bad shout.
He'd be like Giroud, wouldn't he? Really? Like,
yeah. I mean, Neuer's Neuer in it, but I've not watched Neuer in a while, so I don't know what sort of Neuer he is now. He's definitely not the same Neuer that in terms of like what we know of him. But you know, it's hard other than that, because if you were telling me Enzo Fernandez was getting sold and he was gone, I would take Frankie de Jong, because he does have that ability on the ball. I think he's good on the ball. And I think he would come into this team next to like someone like Caicedo and Lavia and whoever, Barco, and he'd be quite comfortable in there because he's good with the ball with his feet. I've watched a lot of Julian Brandt, and I don't think he's a bad player, but in terms of like playing him in like the sort of off left inside pocket as an option, if you were to tell me we was going to get rid of like maybe Garnacho or someone, I still think you can get better though than Julian Brandt, but he's not bad. Do you know
always
what I mean?
been on like the periphery of like good, but then it just
Yeah, so it's one of them. But then Antonio Rudiger, yeah, I hear it again. I do think I've been watching him in the Champions League. He's been everywhere, isn't he? To be quite honest, next to Holson, they're not really a good combination. I don't think personally when you watch them both together at the back. Alaba's too old, same as Carvajal and Ruben Neves. And I'm not a big fan of Vlahovic. I'm not going to lie, so you won't hear me saying Vlahovic. But I'd rather have Welbeck personally. But there it goes to tell you that, again, when we go into this summer market and we start going on and we start hearing all these young players, 18-year-old Brazilians and whatever, they start looking at, you know, the truth is there's players out there that are finishing, that are off their contracts, that are free agents. The truth, again, is if they don't bother even entertaining these sort of areas, it's truly because they're just sticking to their same philosophy that they've stuck with since the beginning of coming in. That means they haven't changed. And this is what I'm waiting for in this full window. Mm-hmm. I can't wait for this full summer window. Honestly, we're going to be on here pretty much every day. I am going to be on these motherfuckers the whole summer. I promise you. Like, I want to see what they're going to do, because now Fabrizio Romano has commented as well, experience. They want experience and youth, yeah? They've really, like, in my opinion, it's doubled down now. And I know they've said things in the past, but now it's doubled down, because I'd like to think that they're now thinking in their head, we ain't got the time to fuck around now. Maybe we've got to do a little bit more than we think here and improve certain areas, you know. So I'm on them this summer window, big time.
What do we do in January? Antoine Semenyo, Premier League proven. Mark Gahey, Premier League proven. Where are they? City.
Winning trophies.
They are flying. I mean, Semenyo. I know, but he is flying.
But what makes them think that level of player, like, we can't even get them? And I'm not saying they're not great.
Walked away from it. They walked away from it.
No. Don't get me wrong, because now we haven't really talked about this report that all Blue Coat believe that we couldn't compete with City and Liverpool. No, fuck all of that. If you pay players the wages, you get them. That's how we got all of the players back in the days with Roman. We pay them the wages, pay them the money, and they will come to the club. But if you pay them, Morgan Rogers, for example, I think he's like on 120. If you don't give him a contract on at least 220, 200K, he's never coming. Never in his lifetime. Never. So it's all about, do we pay the money? I'm never
We
worried
don't
about
know.
us paying the fee because I know we can pay the fee. We've paid fucking 100 million for 2 players at left wing, and they both stink. Now, the wages is the only thing I'm worried about. If they tell me this summer Chelsea will improve the wage structure for new players and experienced players, and they will allow a little bit above what they usually go for, I will say, you know what, okay, absolute fine, but I need to see it. Because I ain't leaving shit until I see it.
The difficulty is we've got to try and it's almost like we've got to try and coax that first experienced player to believe in this new phase of the project. So I think once you bring in 1 or 2 of experience, then I think a lot of other players will go, they are changing. The problem is now is because we have been doing this shocking project for so long, and our big stars, which was probably our only drawing point for potential even getting into entering talks with certain players, if they're considering and going, it's so important to try and get that first player in. And I think that's what you alluded to there, Benji. Give him whatever he wants, overpay to get that player in. And hopefully from there, this summer, not saying it will, probably won't, we can then attract that more experienced, bigger names to then be like, right, yeah, we've learned from our mistakes. This is the real Chelsea. We need to incorporate experience now. But I just don't think it can happen.
Yeah, that's the big if, isn't it? And this is what we're all now. And I think now the fans are starting to not take no more shit. Even the ones that were waiting and giving them the time to show us what really it is that they were trying to do are now starting to go, nah, you ain't gonna keep telling us youth and keep bringing in players that are like not really ready, or that are like at Strasbourg or across Europe only had 1 good season or something. You need to start mixing it with the experience. When you look at this right here, you have a look at this right here. Signings, 328 million euros we done in the summer window, but departures was 300. So, it wasn't much more in departures. Obviously, it's much more in terms of how much we lost out, really, because if you look how many players we got rid of compared to how many we signed to make that 332 mil, it's crazy. And if you list some of these names here, let's have a look at the departures, right? You've got Madueke, 56 million euros, right? And Nkunku, 37 million euros. Felix. Now, can I just take them 3 players right now? Right, them 3 players specifically. If you'd have rewinded 2-3 years ago, maybe not Madueke as much, them players, especially in Nkunku and João Felix, would not be going anywhere for less than 50 to 60 mil. Yeah, okay, then these are the type of players talking about. But because they come to Chelsea, their market cap and their market price devalued because they weren't performing well. Also injuries, because Nkunku was out for a long period and João Felix wasn't getting the game time. We're now selling them for the likes of 30 million euros and 37 million euros, guys. Like, that is just crazy when you think about it. Yes, we've got rid of the numbers. There's certain players we didn't want there. Leslie Ukachukwu for 29, Petrovic for 29, Drewsbury Hall for 29, Vega for 25, Broa for 23, Chukwuemeka for 20, Jackson, all right, he's on loan, he's not officially sold yet, but a 17 million euro loan as well. And then you've got a couple of the sort of youth and some second-hand goalkeepers there and everything else, and obviously Paez and Chilwell and Anselmino. But it's a lot of when you look at this for what it is, right? And this is the truth, and this is why I gave it a 4 out of 10 when we finished this window. Yes, Esteval's great. I wasn't sure on João Pedro at the time because I didn't know how he was going to fit the team. That was my question mark of him. But everything else that's there, barring Isugu, I would say, because I'd seen a bit of him in Hato, because I was a big fan of Hato coming to Chelsea. Me and Benji were doing loads of lives on it, actually, and Matt, actually, talking about Hato back then and getting him at Chelsea on playback. It was really, really good. Outside of them players, the rest of that, guys, is just young, undeveloped and not ready players that have come into this club. And this is why there's no shot, really, why we are where we are right now, because arguably we've just not signed well enough. That's the truth.
Yep. It's Champions League season as well, don't forget. You get Champions League and you go into a summer and come back with that.
Yeah. And 2 trophies, Chris, as well, on the back of it. We've got £100 million or dollars from the Blimmin Club World Cup, just winning it.
Well, winning that Club World Cup was such an magnifying glass for global fans or players or whatever. You're beating the Champions League winners, convinced, like we obliterated them in that team. And at that point, we were like, God, we don't even have a striker. We don't even have this or that. I know Joao Pedro was playing well in that Club World Cup, but that was the moment to really put like the foot down and really get some key players in. And I mean, like you said, Jem, look, Gittins, Garnacho, Delat. Okay, I give it. There was an opportunity there because yes, he did play well, and he would have probably, I believe, been a good second striker, but it's just not worked out. But yeah,
you've got more experience. You've got more experience that left the club than there was that come in.
Yeah, right.
And Cuckoo and João Felix have been around. They know the Champions League. They know European football. All right, not all of them, but like Kieran Dewsbury Hall's played a decent amount of football. Jackson was at Chelsea for a couple, 1 or 2 seasons as well, playing Premier League football. Kepa, we don't care about. There's Chilwell, for example. Yeah, all right, he was moved on at the time, but a Champions League winner under Tuchel and stuff like. There was bits of experience there. Just players that couldn't get in the team, just couldn't get in the squad at Chelsea. It's crazy.
Yeah, and to be honest, I don't really. Maybe it's just only me. I don't really think we need superstars. I disagree when people say, "Oh, we need big names." I just think we need a better quality of players. That's all. So in the Premier League, I think you can find 2-3 players that can improve the team now, and I think you have 2 players in Europe that you can get. I think 5 signings in this team, meaning CBs. If you want to do midfield, cool. But I think CBs and attack should be the main priority, and a goalkeeper. And I'm still angry and flabbergasted until this day, the fact that Mike Maignan had 6 months left in January and we didn't even tap into him. We did not even tap in.
That was one of them, yeah.
And Jem, I was one of those fans that said, don't pay that 20 million. I think Sanchez can do it right now for at least 1 more year and, hold down his own. I really do believe that. And he has. So far, he has. He's been having shit games. Well, that's Sanchez. We expect that. Now, Mike Maignan had 6 months left in January. Usually, you do a pre-contract agreement and you contact the agent in December. We didn't even sniff. He just signed the contract. I'm still angry as hell because when it comes to playing out from the back, exactly how Rossini and Maresca wanted to play, he was perfect. The only thing that you could argue he doesn't really have as good as Sanchez was, claiming from the box, just the box presence. But that's why I said if you sign him and someone like I really don't want to say Konate or Upamecano, but I have to say him. Konate and Upamecano, that they're just brilliant in the air. Whatever ball comes in, you just know, it's gonna get cleared out. You cover for someone's not mistakes, but efficiencies and different type of stuff. And I'm just so pissed that when you have someone that's so good and he is in his prime, and we all know goalkeepers, they age like wine. The more they get, once they enter the 30s, they just become elite, every single one of them. And Mike Maignan has been playing very brilliantly this season for them.
You were spot on about the Mike Maignan thing. I think 90% of the fan base wanted him. And the mad thing about it, Benji, was it was only for a couple of mil. They were arguing about. It wasn't like 10, 15, 20 mil. It was like between 3 and 5 mil that they just didn't want to pay more to get it done.
It was out of principle, isn't it, really, that sort of deal? It's so like, we don't want to be seen to have our trousers pulled down, which it literally every other fucking deal you did before. You did.
Well, this is my question to you guys quickly. Between these two, if you had to choose off your left-hand side,
easy,
Ndiaye or Somerville. By the way, Somerville's having a very good season for West Ham as well. Like he's been electrifying. I mean, who would you pick? Who would you pick out of these two to come in?
Actually, saying easy is probably it's difficult because do you equate it in terms of value of price? Somerville will probably be cheaper, and we might see that as a deal. I mean, for me, it's Ndiaye personally. Yeah, I think there's a bigger ceiling with him than there is Somerville.
Chris, go ahead.
I think Somerville, the last quarter of the season has been immense, but I mean, we want players that are going to have like better performances over the space of a season, and Jai has just been he's immense. He's unreal, and I don't even think his ceiling is so high. But it's such a shame that I don't know whether coming to Chelsea, these levels of players now, I don't think it's going to do him any good. I really don't. But I would take Njai, definitely. Be happy with either, but Njai.
I disagree when people say it wouldn't really be any good. I think this is and this is what I mean. I don't really think we need superstars, just the right players. And Jai 1v1 cooks everybody. Absolutely everybody. This guy is unreal 1v1. Technical ability is a joke. It's just a joke. The fact is, it's the perfect blend. It's just the perfect blend. You need someone that's a little bit more technical and, can work in tight spaces. And then, in my opinion, Gitten should really stay. If I have Njai, I really need Gittins to stay. So he can be, the off the ball with the pace and keep on going. Garnacho, yeah, it was just for one season. Get the motherfucker out, to be honest. Just get him out. Just get him out. Just get him out.
Oh, you want him gone now, yeah? You're not defending
you
him.
loved him.
There's no.
No. I said off. No. I said off the bench.
Are we doing that now?
No.
As the Badiashile and Garnacho defense league gone now.
I've always said Garnacho off the bench is a good signing. Now, as a starter, never in a lifetime should he start for Chelsea. Now, off the bench, Jim, this guy only brings us GA usually off the bench. So if you bring me Njai and you have Garnacho off the bench, I really don't mind. I really don't. But I'd rather give Gittins the off the bench so he can improve, or just, if we can give him a loan.
Oh, we just spent 52 million on him. Like, something's got to work for that guy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, like, it's not very healthy either that we have, and Kenda's coming into it. He wants to compete on the right. He wants to compete on the right. He doesn't really want to play on the left. So I really need a certified left-wing starter on the left, and I'd rather have Njai than Somerville. If this was Somerville from Leeds, I would have said, yes, bring him, but we need a starting left-wing quality. That's it. I just think we need a starting left-wing quality that can hold down his own, and then whatever you do with the rest, cool. We have a starting striker now. We need a starting left wing. You could argue we don't have a starting right wing, because, in my opinion, Neto should be sold today and start Esteban, in my opinion, or Kenda. Create that little competition. Cool, whatever.
I need to see Kenda and Esteban in the same team at some point, man. When they're like, I need them both on the pitch, man. Like, I don't know how it's going to look, but I need to see that. Because for me, that is the future. Them two. If Kenda can stay fit, I know he's had a bad injury and everything else, but hopefully, I don't think he's fit tomorrow, by the way, as well. There's talks around him maybe not being around for the game against Arsenal. But there is positives. I'd go with Njai as well over Somerville. I think Somerville's a good player, though. I'm not going to lie from what I've seen of him. I think he's got some good qualities, and I think he can be a problem. But I think when you're talking about one-on-one demon, like beating a man, which I think I always want everyone wants a, and this is down to aesthetics, right? When it comes to wingers, we all have this like type of winger that we like, right? Some people like someone that's a bit of a demon that can just get past the man and create, right, and put balls constantly in the box, and and add some goals here and there. Others like ones that just score. They don't care about anything else. They're just there and like bang, there you go, like Mo Salah style. Do you know what I mean? And I always use Andre Schürrle as that, because Andre Schürrle was that for me as well. Like, he just always in the right position. He just used to score back posts, right? These type of wingers. So really and truly, I think with wingers, it depends what is your ideal preference. I think if you're talking about Chelsea, I really do think we need a winger that can actually beat one or two men comfortably and like attract players towards
anything. I just want anything.
We're starving on that left side. Starving.
Yeah. Well, look at Maresca. I just thought I'd bring this up quickly. He's lying in the Maldives with his, posing on the infinity pool, looking into the skies, the blue skies, thinking and waiting when his Man City job's going to become available. Into it. Winter, how you doing, man? All good, man. Everyone that's here, big up you guys. I know there's over 50 plus people in here still. We appreciate you as always. Thank you, guys. Please make sure you're following us, smashing the likes, giving everyone a follow here as well. I am still waiting for that Enzo Maresca interview. I do think it will come out about Chelsea eventually. I really want to know how it all went. The Bald King.
Should drop on Netflix. Netflix should get hold of it.
Yeah. Oh, like Amazon where they done the Arsenal. What was it called? They should do one on Chelsea.
It would be awful.
It would, but it exposed the hell out of this ownership. I can tell you that. This is why they wouldn't agree.
They wouldn't do it
like idiots. I can imagine them like 9 a.m.
Why can't we play 20 players?
Yeah, no, not even that. Like 9 a.m. Like it goes to the next day, 9 a.m. in the morning, and it's like we're in the Chelsea office right now, and it's just Winstanley and Stuart sitting there looking at a ball, going, "Which one do you want?"
Yeah, just building Lego.
Well, do you think Ed Barley wants that one, or does Bowley want that?
It's like that meme of that Sri Lankan market where that guy's like tapping the fire. That's like the whole time.
Well, you got Winstanley with darts, just going wherever the dart lands, we'll go for it.
You probably see that Wolf of Wall Street. They're just probably throwing people and stuff.
Obviously, we've got Man City later on. Is it Saturday or Sunday? We've got Man City. It's probably Sunday.
Sunday.
Big game. Obviously, we'll talk about that later in the week. It feels weird. It feels like a Sunday, but it ain't, right? It's a Monday. So, bank holiday. I know, Chris, you said you got work as well, haven't you? Have you took it off? Or
no, I'm good at the moment. I'm good.
You good? Yeah. I didn't want to keep you here prisoner.
No, I'm still locked in. I'm good.
You're still locked in, mate. There you go. I think we've spoken about quite a lot, really. Variations of players that could be available in the summer. Ones that we'd like to see leave. A bit about the Port Vale game, the FA Cup semi-final as well. I want to ask you one question, and we've not spoke about it in a while. I don't know if it's the right time to ask this question, but because I feel there's a lot that can still happen to the end of the season, and listen, we're not saying we're fickle, but minds can change very quickly, right? Depending on results and things like that. But Liam Rosenior, at this moment in time, when you look at him as a manager and what you've seen up to this point, I see a stat today about him, winning. He looked at the FA Cup run and it was all just like lower league teams. We'd basically breezed to the semi-finals in a way is what they were trying to say. But, when he's had the challenges of the Arsenals 3 times in a row and we've kind of failed, and he's got another big one this weekend against Man City. So my question to you guys is, what is your overall valuation of him still to this point now? Do you still think with, that if he can get to the end of the season, maybe win a trophy, get a Champions League, that he will stay on? And do you think he's the right manager? Do you still believe that he could, we might see the best of him? Or do you think it's just well too early still and that we need to get rid by the summer with him?
I think that Liam is their man, so they will try whatever they can to make it work. I think personally, if we lose against Man City, lose against United, and I think it's Brighton after that. If we lose all 3 of those in a row, season's over anyways. I would cut our losses personally, but they won't because of the FA Cup. And then I think purely after that, I think Benji's right. We'll just focus on that because my concern, Jem, is that I just think from a football IQ acumen and dealing with players, it's all good being the nice guy, but it's that cliche, a nice guy finishes last. I just can't see it. I just can't see it. And I think, unfortunately, it's not his fault, but I just think he's stained as the blue co man. I just think that for me, I like a manager who's an arsehole who strikes fear in players. To me, they see him as a supply teacher who's just a joke. I mean, you always had kids at school. As soon as supply teachers came in, it was just like unleash hell, basically. You knew they weren't going to be disciplining them and everything like that. So, yeah. So in the team I've been charged.
What are you doing, Chris?
I think the longer that Liam Rosenior has been here, the more he's been exposed. Obviously, when he came in, we were still in the Maresca system, sort of. And we was doing okay. He was just doing a little bit of tinkering here and there. The more we've gone on, the more we've pulled away from that and gone on to Rosenior's, and it's not worked at all. We've had people coming out saying that, he swallowed the thesaurus. His old teammates don't know who he is. He's had to deal with Enzo Fernandez, and he hasn't really dealt with it. It's been from the higher ups that have told him basically to do it. I just see when I look at him, I don't know whether it's the image from the outside noise, but I just see weakness. Enzo Maresca had more of a pull and a bit more of leadership than he does. The unfortunate thing is, and Matt's right, we could potentially lose the next 3 games. They will keep him because that's his man. That's their man, sorry. But my worry would be who would come in after.
Don't say that name, please.
No, yeah, that's it. But it's someone with more experience than him. Another embarrassing appointment.
I could not imagine. And here's your manager, Gary O'Neill. You're just like
that would be absolute crazy. You know what? Like, I don't know about you guys. I slightly disagree. I actually do, and I'm actually being honest now. I think Rosinha.
Oh, you got it because you backed him on the first day that he was announced, and I was sitting here talking to you and Carlito about Rosinha. You were saying he's the guy. He's the tactical man. He's more tactical than Maresca.
He is.
So come on, tell me.
I very much believe in him. I do. It was the same with Maresca when he came into the club. I was very much backing Maresca when he came up to the club. For me, it's all about what the type of football you want to play, and the football that I saw Maresca play at Leicester. When I looked at Arsenal, was like, yeah, you know what, you can actually play this football. Bring him in. I'm not really gonna talk too much about the big name managers and stuff. I think if you have an identity and a football you want to play, and the players buy into your ideas, I think you will be good with time. Remember, it took Maresca some time to get into his philosophies and ideas as well. It wasn't just the Conference League and Club World Cup. It took some time for us to get there. Luckily enough, we just had the Conference League to work on the game a little bit more. Now, I'm gonna be very honest. Rosinha has until December. Straight up. He has until December. No longer than December. You have the preseason, and then from preseason, we start in August. From August until December, that's about 4 months, 3.5, 4. You have that time to make sure you are in a very comfortable top 4. Try even to push for the league, depending on who we sign. Try to push for the league. That's it. That's the only way I can actually see him stay. The football is good. I have seen Rosinha before play this type of football at Strasbourg and at Chelsea. The football is good. It's the same exact thing with Maresca. Some players are just not meant to be at the club. Some players are just not meant to be at the club when it comes to what type of style he wants to play. Very simple. Now, no excuses at all. There's no excuses at all. Just because you don't have the players doesn't mean that.
1 second. I've got to call you out for a second, right? Just slightly. You just said, I back him. I'm behind him.
Yeah.
But I ain't going to give him any longer than the summer.
No. December.
Oh, December. Sorry. I thought you said summer. Okay,
no, December.
What happens in December?
We need to be... No, for me, you have to be in a very good position. I said the same about Maresca. You have to be in a very good position. There is no such thing as time, in my opinion. Time comes with being in a good position and winning. If you're 4th in December, cool, you slide. Depending on how you perform too. You have to.
We're in the same problem though again, bro. Because you say give him to December. We get to December. We say we lose fucking 80% of the games and win like not that many. Yeah, and we find ourselves like 7th or 8th, and they go, right, they do what you say and they sack him. The issue we have, mate, is we're back to where we were earlier this year, where they're going to go, who can we rush and just get in the middle of a busy season when we're maybe still in 3 or 4 competitions, depending on how we finish this season. And then this is the problem for me, mate. You're then you're trusting these sporting directors and board to go back out there and make a decision to bring someone in when all they've done so far is just prove us that they can't do it. They're just
we're never going to actually see how good Liam is, anyways, or Maresca, because they always will have one arm tied behind their back because they will never bring in the players that they need. So it's difficult. And look, don't get me wrong, I'm not a fan of Liam whatsoever, but unless he's got, and I think this is what Benji was alluding to, like, it might just be because of the squad building as well is causing all these issues that these same plateau cycle of performances then happen. So it's hard because I don't think Liam is good, but I can't really fully judge him unless we've got a bit more of a completed.
Not fair on him, Matt. They really ain't. He shouldn't.
That's it. That's what I mean. It isn't fair.
He's not ready for this jump. He should have stayed where he was. You know, building up his CV, building up his experience, learning what he needs to learn. You know, the job at Chelsea shouldn't just be given to you so fucking easy. Why has it become so easy to just get a job at Chelsea? It feels like
because no one else wants the job, mate. So
that's the point, though, man. You're right. You're spot on. No one else wants the job now because it's so easy to get. It's a shit job. They've made it a shit job. It shouldn't be a shit job. It should be having all the best managers in the world going, fuck me, Chelsea are available. I wonder if they come knocking at my door. If they do, I'm going to listen to that. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Look what they're doing over there. They're building a fortress over there. You know, like I can see what they're doing here. Why do you think Nagelsmann walked away? Why do you think Luis Enrique walked away? Why do you think Vivell left after a couple of months and then we decided to appoint
goons?
You know, like there's obviously something not right there, is there? When you're seeing all these experienced managers that we know across Europe or sporting directors that have got some sort of names are going in, listening to what has to be said, and then going, nah, like, come on, man, like there's something not right there. You can only tell from, you know, from the outside looking in that if they're all doing the same thing, that there's something like, I can't put my finger on it. Obviously, we probably can and say it's probably the fact that they want a yes man and they want to just bring in players that they want to bring in, and you've just got to get the best out of them, because that's the way I feel when I look at them at the moment. You know what I mean? But
it's going to be different, Jim.
Yeah, Chelsea's been turned into a cheaper product now. Like, it's like any massive clothing brand or whatever. It gets to a point that once it starts getting cheaper, then you can get it for, I don't know, it's like Abercrombie. Like, Abercrombie used to be the most expensive brand.
It did.
And then it went, it was like Jack Wills. Like, you remember all those brands? Like, Jack Wills used to be like the 50 to 100.
Hollister took over. Didn't it?
And then all of a sudden now, like, no one wants to wear that brand. Obviously, apologies to anyone who does wear Jack Wills or whatever, but no one wants to wear that brand, and then it's cheaper. So that whole like lure of being there, no one wants it now.
Yeah. Talk about December going into January, potentially going back through that again. What manager can they get in January that's a quick fix and they haven't got to ask somebody for it? We now get a preview of our next manager. We now get previews. We know. We know.
When you do that, and you're right, mate. You're right. When you do make them decisions like they did with Rosenior to bring him in, and I said this before in the last show, you have to bring in someone that has a CV, that understands what they're doing, have won things, have a background to show that they can win things playing in this certain way. Sometimes you have to forget your own project at this moment in time just to get you through a season, right? And then you can revisit things. They don't think like that. They don't think, let's just push this aside. Let's just get the targets we need to the end of the season, because we've not obviously strengthened well enough, or we've not did this, that, and the other. Let's just get someone in that's going to get us there, like what Tuchel did back when he come in for that period, and then we can reevaluate it in the summer. Why do you think the old Chelsea used to bring in Goose Hiddink twice? You know, they've done it over a period of time because he was experienced and he could get us across the line, and then we'd go again. And that's sometimes what you have to do when you maybe get things wrong the seasons before. But they won't look at things like that, and that's the issue. They don't. They just look at it as, oh, he's gone, and then they just open up the whiteboard, put a line through his name. Who's the next young one? Yeah, him. Let's try him. But they don't think about how it affects the person that's coming in, the timing of it, which is my biggest thing, which I keep banging on the most, the timing of it, because you're not going to give them the time, especially in such a head, like, you know, in a Premier League that's so demanding, and a Champions League and all these things that Chelsea are meant to be in. You know, they haven't got the time.
Good luck trying to get good quality.
It's not fair on them, to be honest. It's not fair. Really. You're not doing many favours.
Let me ask you this then. If hypothetically, now this is a lot to ask, hypothetically, we get the players we need to get, We sell the players we need to sell. Don't you believe Rosinha can somewhat turn this around? I'm not saying title contending. I mean winning the title, but I'm saying title contending and being up there at least in the top 3, pushing for the title.
He's not shown me anything, Benji. He's not shown me anything. I've not seen anything from Liam Rosinha that can say to me, or you, or any of us really, that can say to us that with a better squad, a competent squad that maybe we're all familiar with and we're happy with, that we can trust Rosinha to get us to that level. None of us can say that. Do you know why?
Exactly.
He hasn't done any of that.
Exactly. And Jem, this is
more confident though.
Yeah,
100%.
At least he won the championship the season before, man. That made more sense.
Yeah,
he knows how to win things.
But not only did Maresca win the championship, he had a whole year under his belt. I'm just saying simply this. I need Rosinha to have a full preseason. I need him to put his type of football and his style of football into this team. I very much believe that Rosinha, when I say until December, when I say December, I mean like we're 8th, we're 9th, we're 10th. I don't believe in the slightest we will be anywhere near that. I believe we will be in the top 4, maximum 5. But I very much believe that next season, if you do the business you're supposed to do, you bring in a new goalkeeper, or if you want to have Sanchez because he's been good, you award him, cool. But you bring in a new CB, you strengthen the attack that we're supposed to do, and you get rid of all the deadwood. Why shouldn't I believe that Rosinha can take this team to the next level? I'm not talking about the next level. Winning the fucking league. I'm just saying you need to be competent now because now you have the players. You have absolutely no excuses. Maresca had excuses. We could all say Maresca had excuses. You didn't have a CB. Oh, you didn't have this. All fair. Now you don't. This is the simple thing. He's a very good tactician. That's the simple of it. He plays good football. Yeah, he's a good tactician. But tacticians learn. Maresca had this is why I always say some Chelsea fans are hypocritical. Maresca was not good when he came into the club. He was shit is too hard. He was not elite. He became elite later. He became very, very good later.
Maresca problem solved though, Benji. That's the difference, right? He even when we weren't playing that well, he always found ways eventually to just get us across the line. And more so against the bigger teams. More so when you think about how we used to set up against the bigger teams, because
100%,
right? And that's something that I haven't seen. And you're right. And this is why, again, and I've said this to you even back then, I am not cooking Rosinha right now because I know he needs time. I know he was going to have these problems. All this that's happened now, you don't have to be a wizard to predict this. Like I knew this was going to happen. We're not ready. He's not. Whoever comes in, he's going to struggle to manage this squad. It's the truth. They are. Also, it's hard.
Are these players going to allow Rosinha to thrive in a tactical setup? We know that players in any club have a big say on whether a manager gets sacked. You have bad results, you play badly. It's on the manager's head. These players are already showing that they don't. I don't think they really trust in or buying into what Rosinha is doing. And will players coming in from the outside look at Rosinha and go, I'm going to listen to you because I know what you're saying. You've done before. You've won trophies. I want to come in and work with you. It's just not going to happen.
But it's not only that, Uncle Chris. Uncle Chris, it's not only about that. It's mid-season. Do you like? I don't really think people understand how hard it is for a manager to change stuff mid-season. And this is why I say I have to give Rosinha the.
I agree with that.
Unless it's TT, it's very hard to change. Whoever came into the, even if it was company, it's extremely hard to change whatever is going on right now.
In the short term, he was set up for failure. In the short term, yes, he was.
Yeah.
That was the case. We all knew this, but ultimately, as Chelsea fans, as our standards that we talk about of our football club, how long are we going to keep just waiting yet? We just give him another season, a pre-season, and then what happens? Oh, it all kicks off again. He ain't ready. We realise he's just not at it, which we probably could have. Everyone probably could have told you at the beginning too early. Why did it's like? And I keep saying this about Liam Delap. He's the perfect example. He had a really good time at Ipswich, scored 11 goals, and his next jump should have been an Everton, fucking Fulham, and whatever. He went from Ipswich, who got relegated, all the way to fucking Chelsea.
Like how's that ever going to work?
Like, you know, where he's got to play more football. He's playing with better quality, but the demands are higher. You know, you can't just hover around for a season and just be needy and score 1 goal in the Premier League or 2 goals in the Premier League. You know, because then you get criticised at this club. You get put in that break. It doesn't matter. That's the problem. You know, you need like. And again, I blame them. It's all them, by the way. It's them because they make these decisions. I get that they make these like the Delap thing. All right, you could have brought him in. He could have been our 3rd striker. Why did we bring Mark Guiu back? Should have left him at Sunderland. And you know what we should have done? If we could have, it's just kept Jackson. And you would have had Jackson, João Pedro, and fucking Delap. And you could have had between the 3 of them a rotation. You could have whatever. Do you know what I mean? But ultimately, there would have been a bit more quality up there than what we're seeing right now, rather than just putting Delap in like we have done. And I know he's been injured here and there, and you can see he's just not ready yet. He needs time. He might be a good striker in the next 2-3 years. He might improve his game, and he might actually, you know, he might actually thrive a bit more. But coming to Chelsea as early as Ipswich, for example, and making that jump is just not the right opportunity, right time for him. And the same can be said for Liam Rosenior. You know, he's been wherever he's been, Hull, whatever, gets to Strasbourg. You know, we've given them the opportunity. They're young players that are coming up, that work in his idea of project. Yeah, they should have left him there. He was doing fine. Everything there was good with him. You know, I was watching how he was setting up there against PSG and the type of games he was having over there against them and stuff. He was perfect for just learning and just taking it all in. But we didn't allow him to do that because we went, fuck you, Maresca, or whatever happened there. We'll find out. Yeah. And when, do you know what? We're just going to put in another guy that's just, you know, inexperienced, not ready. Bring him in and just go. There you go. You got the Chelsea job. Your time.
I think it's because there was no. I think it's because there was no one else, Jim. I think no one else would really want the job. So I think they had to go for a senior because they firstly probably weren't going for anyone else, and secondly, I just think no one would want to take the job at all. Yeah.
Matt, don't forget we wanted the Porto manager. I think people forget this. We wanted the Porto manager.
Felipe Luis. That was one of them, if you remember.
Felipe Luis was one of them, and he got sacked.
Yeah,
he got sacked because he thought he was getting the Chelsea job, and now he's unemployed. We wanted the Porto manager, who is, to be honest to him, he's playing brilliantly, but still, one thing again, young, inexperienced manager. Was he better than Rosenior? Maybe. Give or take, he's playing the 4-3-3. I really don't know, but he's very good. He's the sole reason why Samu Omoro, what the fuck his name is, but he's the sole reason why Samu is playing so good. Also player developer, whatever his name is.
Benji, man, you kill me. Right, let's quickly move away because honestly, I know all of us here could sit here and talk about this subject, and we're going to do a lot of talking about it near the end of the season. Trust me, once we see where we end up after the FA Cup and Champions League. But there was this tweet that came out earlier saying that Enzo Fernandez's teammates have asked Liam Rosenior to lift his suspension. They see him as a key, and they see him as key for the clash versus Man City. And this is sources close to Enzo indicate his priority remains to renew as long as Chelsea FC meets his expectations. Several top European clubs are also closely monitoring the situation. It feels like this whole Enzo thing from now until hopefully we get a contract agreement. It feels like it's going to be like this, right? All the way through. You get a lot of this news.
It's a pantomime. It's just a pantomime, mate. It's noise we don't need, whether it's from the player, but ultimately, for me, and this is only my opinion, is that it all just stems from the club not dealing with the situation properly.
No, they won't go back on it. They won't go back on banning him. They'll hold their fault and they won't let him. They won't lift it. They won't lift it.
And all that's going to do is just cause more rift, which it probably always is anyways, between players and club. And it's just going to make the likes of a Cucurella or whatever, they're all just going to go, oh, fuck this club. Which is probably anyways.
How far the briefs have been, because one minute we're hearing the players aren't happy with Enzo's leadership skills and don't want him there. And the next minute you hear that they're going to the manager and asking them to lift it. Which one do you listen to?
Yeah. And to be honest, he should stay banned. If I'm gonna be honest, no player is bigger than the club. If the club has decided this motherfucker is banned, stay banned. Stay banned. They never should have banned him to begin with. Number one, they never should have banned him. But if the players go to the manager, and this is the thing, if this is true and Rosina goes, yeah, you know what? Let's unban him. Do you know how foolish we look as a club?
It'll be such a bad look on him.
Can you imagine how foolish we look as a club and as a joke we would look as a club? So I need Enzo to stay banned just so he can learn his lesson. No lesson learned to begin with, but so he can learn his lesson and you keep on going with life.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think Enzo would really care if he's not in the game for Man City. He's probably like, all right, I've got a bit more of a break. The playing for Chelsea at the moment is a car crash anyways. He's given enough for this club. He's probably like, okay, fine. So I think it's
I hear the narrative behind, oh, we need him back for City. Ultimately, you want all your best players to play in a game like that. To be quite honest, we're going to talk more about that City game later on in the week, but I don't see how we don't concede 2 or 3 goals against them. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, it's going to be. It's going to be the way we're keep
Ireland quiet. Apparently,
yeah. It's even with Enzo, even with or without Enzo, I'd want him in the team because I think we need him anyway from a creative standpoint. I don't think people are really deep in how serious it will be if we do lose him. I really don't think it, and I will be here for it because this is one thing I am pretty sure on, that if he does leave this club, I don't trust. Number one, I don't trust this club to replace him correctly anyway. Yeah, which means they'll probably go for young players. Yeah. And number 2, I don't think there's many players out there that are better than him at what he does anyway, truthfully. And I know some people will disagree with that, but I've always had this energy with him,
Question for you, Jem, and boys. The inevitability, okay, he's going to Madrid. Out of those midfielders, who would you take as a part deal? Because let's be honest, Madrid aren't going to pay 100 million, whatever it is.
But they want to get rid of Camavinga, don't they?
So so that's what I was going to say, guys. Would you take a Camavinga or a Tchouaméni?
He ain't doing what Enzo does, though.
But I'm saying, if it was out of those players, who would you take? Would there be any of them?
The only one that you maybe could get close to it, and he can't do everything that he does, is Jude Bellingham. And I'm talking about from a box crashing standpoint in terms of getting in the box and scoring goals, right? That's what Jude Bellingham would give you. So you would get goals from him. But ultimately, on the ball, the transition in the way that he helps us playing balls in behind and whatever. Yeah, I mean, Valverde's, I like Valverde, but he's never going to be for sale, guys. That's another story.
What a drop off!
And that's the thing. If I go fee for fee, bring me Valverde. I would love him at Chelsea. He's the type of shithouse and
join Chelsea.
Yeah, like that would be
I wouldn't say no to Valverde. I would never.
I would never say
no.
no.
This is me being an Enzo. Like, I would not say no to Valverde coming in if Enzo's going. That's just that guy is good at everything.
Chelsea.
No, it's with Valverde. I love about him. He'll bring something that I think we miss a lot. Like, he can just hit a ball from anywhere. He doesn't give a fuck.
Exactly. Yeah,
and we miss that so much. Like, someone would just get the ball and just lace one top bins. Like, I love that. Do you know what I mean? No Barco, man. Like, people keep saying it. 10, bro. Come on, man.
Do you know what, Jem? You know all this. You'll say what you just said about Enzo Fernandez. You've not just said this today. You've been saying this for weeks to us in private conversations.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat or whoever likes doing some compiling clips together, clip up every time that Jem has said that we will miss Enzo Fernandez. Because when he goes, and after halfway through the season, there'll be fans out there, maybe on this chat now, be like, "Oh, we miss what Enzo gave us. Oh, I wish we kept Enzo. Like, we miss Enzo." Just
no, they won't.
Play that.
Do you know what they'll do, Chris? I know what they will do because I know how fickle these fans are. They haven't got not talking about the fans here. I'm talking about just in general, right? Especially the Twitter jungle over there. Yeah, these guys are so nice. They'll do anything just to not be proved. Like, they can't even say that they got something wrong over there, right? They will say we got, I don't know. This is a big if. Say we got Anderson. He comes in at Chelsea, right? Even though Anderson isn't a bad player, don't get me wrong. He's not a bad player. I've watched him enough to know he's not a bad player, right? But because he will get around and do more tackles and break up the play, they'll go, "This is what I'm talking about. That's a midfielder. Someone that can defend the spaces and run and cover space. Not like that fat boy. He can't do it." And then I'll go, "All right, how many assists and goals has he got? 2. So how is it even comparable?"
Alisson's like a
Like, do you get what I mean? Though this is the problem. But they'll go, you can't say Enzo's better than him. Look what he does for the team. Okay, cool. Yeah, and have we replaced these goals since? No. Are we scoring more goals than we did when Enzo was there? Probably not. There you go. There's your answer. Now, let me just say something. When he does go, I tell you now, Palmer's got to be on his game pretty much all season if he's still at Chelsea. And secondly, our wingers, and I'm going to call out our wingers, Quenda, Esteval, Neto, whoever the fuck's here, they have got to replace that creativity on a consistent basis, which means the levels that he and the numbers that he was doing, they've got to, between them, make sure that they can do that between them. And we already know from the last couple of seasons that between Garnacho, Gittins, Neto, Madueke, fucking Sancho, none of them players were able to give us the anywhere near the numbers that we needed from our wingers or the creative numbers that we needed. And that's the truth. They're not going to be able to provide that level. You know, Enzo is a tapping merchant. I'd rather play with 10 men. This is what I'm saying. But that's just stupid, Nonny. Even your name's stupid.
So
you know what I mean?
Like, tapping merchant as well.
Come on, so it's fine.
Like, it's stupid. Like, I don't get it anymore. You can't be watching football properly if this is your analogy when you watch football. I don't get it. Like, there's a lot more positive than there is negative when it comes to this guy. I will sit here and do an Enzo Fernandez debate 1 hour with any motherfucker that don't like him, Come on this live, and I guarantee the positives. At the end of that live, I guarantee the positives will have outweighed the negatives. Because I know that for a fact. Like, that is it. And I think we can all agree here. Has he been more positive or more negative since he's been at Chelsea?
I think it's an easy
positive.
On the pitch, you're talking about. Forget all the stuff outside. Yes, people will say, he's racist or whatever. Like, I'm talking about what he's done and doing on the pitch. I know we haven't been as successful, and we know why a big part of that or what that falls on. But when you look at him as a player, like Kai said, and whatever, I promise you now, he has done a lot more good than he has done bad on that pitch. In numbers, the numbers will back the eye test. The stats will back the eye test, about our overall play. Pre-assist, he was number 1 in pre-assists. And people go, pre-assist. Well, what does that mean? Use your brain. He's involved in the build-up play. If he's not assisting, he's the person that passes the ball to the person and then it plays it to the person that scores, the assister, Like, he's always involved is my point. And this is what people are not realising in their heads. They're not getting it with him. It's really important, man. Really, really, really important. Pedro or Enzo, Jem, you know the answer. Don't even start me on that one.
Can't ask him that.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I said it before. I'll always stick with Enzo. I always will in this argument. Yeah, and do you know what's so funny about it? When he goes over to Spain eventually, and he starts putting up them numbers with Mbappe and Vinicius, and he walks in that park over there, with higher numbers than some of the guys you're naming, we will be back to have these conversations. We will be back, GT. We'll be back to have these conversations because he's already doing higher numbers in the Premier League than Pedri's doing in Spain already. Go and have a look. Come on. And he's in a weakened Spanish league. Yes, it's Barcelona. He's in a weaker league, brother. So what would Pedri be doing in this league? Would be my question. And I like Pedri, by the way. He's actually a fucking baller. Like, this is not saying Pedri's a bad player. But if you're taking Enzo away from the Premier League and putting him in the Spanish league, you don't think he's going to be doing... If he's done over 50 plus GNA this year, since he's been at Chelsea, and should have got at least 30, 40 more if we could score, what do you think he's going to do with Mbappe, Vinicius, all these man over there? Do you know what I mean? It's not hard. Like, I don't know if people make things hard. It's not hard to realise, Enzo will be outrageous. It's just not even a debate. It's not a dumb logic. It's called logic. What's the dumb is the way you think because you haven't got anything to actually put in the comments to argue it. That's your problem. Give me a reason why he ain't good in the chat. Go on. I guarantee you can't do it. I'm talking to Nonny specifically. I guarantee you will say he's fat. This guy's got fucking lines. He's got a 6-pack. We had this debate already. How's he fat? Please. Why Madrid won't pay the money for Enzo is because he doesn't start for them. He doesn't get in there over Bellingham.
That doesn't stop Madrid from buying players.
Oh my goodness.
They will always.
That's such a bad argument. Lord have mercy on me. Oh Lord.
Is Bellingham even been playing this season? I've not even seen that guy.
This fan base is so dumb.
Listen,
He's not even
I'll
going to
tell
play
you
the
something
10.
now, right? If he wasn't at Chelsea, if he didn't come to Chelsea when he did and he went to Real Madrid, they will be going, oh, please give me him. He's so fucking good.
Exactly.
So good. Oh my God, we need him. But the fact that we have him and he's built around a load of shit, yeah, and we haven't been winning to the levels that we need to with him, he's not good enough. Oh, so it makes sense. The logic is get rid of one of your decent players like Enzo, and then what? What are we going to do? Just continue bringing in average, meek players. At least the board actually made some good fucking signings, and you want them to get rid of them. Like, come
Also,
on,
Madrid fans want Enzo, by the way. Madrid fans want Enzo. What does that tell you about their current number 10 positions?
It's not worth even, Chris. Honestly, you don't even need a brain to even. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. How people force it. It's forced. It's ridiculously forced by these people. How can you guarantee Inter will succeed in the Liga?
We'll find out. You're gonna go there. We'll find out. We'll just find out.
Yeah, like how can you guarantee that he won't? Because this is how you think this is what you think is a good idea. Getting rid of him and sending him to Madrid because he's gonna be shit. That's how you are seeing it. Would take Enzo? No, I wouldn't take Enzo over Lampard. Lampard's there's a legend there. Let's not even do that. But I want Enzo to be here and win trophies with us because we need him. All I say is Pedro is good until he comes to the Prem. Listen, he's a good player.
You see these folks. What I got? These motherfuckers will probably take this wish version of Ross Barkley than Enzo. I really don't get it. Who the fuck? Yeah. See, GT. Nah, see? Oh, my goodness. Who the fuck is this Anderson? Who? What the fuck can he do apart from... He's closer to Declan fucking Rice than fucking Enzo. This guy can't do shit.
It's crazy.
He can't do shit. He should never be 100 million. Based off what? Based off what should he be 100 million? Based off what? Lord have mercy.
Send it to Madrid and buy Lamine Camara and Mamadou Sangare. Fucking hell, do me a
See what I'm saying? Lamine Camara is not even that bad. He's from the French league. He plays for
I'm
Monaco.
not watching this, so I'm not even going to comment.
No, he's actually good. He's actually good.
Okay.
But him, no. But Enzo, never. No way in hell. No way.
Enzo is a techie player and will suit La Liga, but we need road runners in our midfield. Cool. You want road runners in your midfield. Who is creating and scoring the numbers that he's done? Who's coming in and doing that? Who's replacing that? Can someone please?
But you can have both. I don't think people you can have both. Who said you need to sell your creators to get fucking Mudrik's DMs? You can have both. Some games Enzo can start on the bench, and if you want to run this Adam Wharton and the Rush Barkley from Wish, you can do it. But you don't need to sell. Why? You actually, if you want Tonali, if you want to have Tonali, bring him. The more midfield depth you have, the better. But you don't need to sell your sole creator from midfield. And then we're gonna have people say, yeah, but we need to see Caicedo in the box to box. We need to see Caicedo can strike the ball.
Caicedo's a box crasher.
See, when Enzo gets cooked by these people, a lot of the times, right, they talk about the things that he's not his strength. So they'll go, I don't like him because he can't defend. He's not a defender. Why does he need to defend? And it's funny because if you look at some of the games he's played this season, he's won more duels than any other. I remember that Man City away game. He won more duels than Rodri, Caicedo, and everyone on the pitch that whole 90. So this thing about he can't defend is nonsense. He can defend. He just can't defend to the level that they want, which is supposedly athletic, being able to get around having a double Caicedo. But then it's like saying about Caicedo, this is what annoys me with it. It's like saying, why Caicedo got more assists and more goals? Because he doesn't do that. Yes, he can play balls here and there, but he's ultimately off the ball, winning the ball, breaking up play, getting us transitioning. That's his job. You're talking about do you get what I mean? It's like they talk about the opposite of what the player's good at doing and then try and knock him down for it. That's what I don't get.
You nasty motherfuckers. Name me elite midfielders today that can defend. I'm waiting. Name me. Can Pedri defend? Can Pedri defend? Can Pedri defend? Can De Jong defend? Can De Jong defend? You see, when these motherfuckers say, "Oh, remember you, De Jong is slow as a motherfucker." Slow. Can he defend?
Can Barco defend? Is he
Can
a player?
Barco defend? Barco, can he defend?
I don't know.
Can
You
that
told me. I
motherfucker
don't
defend?
know. I've watched enough of Barco.
No, but Jim,
Is he a
you see
player?
this, but you see this logic when people say, "Oh, he cannot defend." Is he a fucking CB? No. He's a creating midfielder. His prime job is to create. Chat, name me fucking midfielders that can defend.
But this is the point here.
Can
You have
Vitinha defend?
Makelele. You could have Makelele, who was the best at what he was doing at defending, and then you had Lampard, who was the best at what he was doing at the time, which was attacking and scoring. You need both. You don't need both. One and to then go, "Oh, I want more of the other," or "I want more of this." It doesn't work like that, guys. You need chemistry. You need the mix of both. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. This is why I don't get it. Why we have these discussions. If you just don't like him, you just don't like him, I get it. Just say, it doesn't matter what he does. I don't like him. I just don't like the player. I don't want him at Chelsea. I don't like him. That's cool. Because then I ain't going to sit here. I don't have to sit here and debate with people about the intellectual side of it, because it's you know what I mean? There's no point, because they don't care. It doesn't matter what you say to them. They just don't like him. Just say you don't like him, and then we can move on. Because there's been players in the past that I've not liked, and I've said it. I didn't like Lukaku. Come to Chelsea, I didn't want him. He was not my type of player. I said, I don't like him. He's not my type of player. It's not going to work, and it obviously didn't work, but, it is what it is. But ultimately, the day Enzo sold will be the best day of my life. It's fine, Nonny season. It's fine. It's fine. It is what it is, bro. We will see. We all think the best, the best is to have someone, not have someone. This is the way football is. It's all about opinions. I'm not saying you guys are wrong, but ultimately, if you're going to debate about things and you're going to bring things down, then I'll sit here and have that debate with you. What I can't do is debate people that are going to come in here and say two things to me. Number one, he's fat, yeah, or number two, he can't defend. When the fuck do we need him to just be a Caicedo for? I love it. Like, it's stupid. It's a stupid comment. I don't get it. Like, what are we doing? This can't even pass anymore. People get gassed by box crashing. It's not even about his box crashing, Mosey. Go and have a look at his stats the last 2 seasons, brother. He's got 22 and 23. 22 and 23, and probably more when you had the Club World Cup in there. He's got over 55 plus. He had a bad season under Poch, whatever various reasons it was. He had the hernias or whatever it was. They just didn't work. We know that the team weren't good enough, right? He had a really good half a season under Potter, where people were saying, "Oh, he could be player of the season if it wasn't for," who was it at the time? Mason Mount or someone, or Gusto? I can't remember who it was at that time. Yeah. So effectively, he's had one real bad season. Bad season. Other than that, he's won 2 trophies under Maresca in his first. And this season, he's been up and down like the rest of them have. And I'm not even saying he's been good this season. I'm just saying he's been up and down. However, if you want to talk about who's been the most consistent out of them all, he's been the most consistent because his numbers are better than when it was last season. So what are we doing here?
You see this comment. You see that comment. Arguably the greatest Chelsea player ever was a box crasher. What the fuck is that comment? When you have Frank Lampard, that was one of the greatest box crashers you could possibly argue of all time, or in the Premier League only, or for Chelsea. This motherfucker comes with people get gassed by. We're used to box crashing. That's what we used.
What's balance mostly to you? What is balance to you, bro? I just want to understand. Good, I'm okay with this. If you truly believe that, that's fine. I'm not. It's not about who's got the biggest dick here. Yeah, this is not what we're doing right now. What I'm asking you guys, is to you say you want balance in your midfield. So just tell me like what it is you want in your midfield. Tell me your ideal midfield at Chelsea, just so that I can understand what it is that you think is good enough, please. Enzo doesn't provide us with that. Not to mention he probably wants to leave. It's best for everyone. He's going to leave anyway. I've always said it. You can't even. Matt knows this. Benji, all of them. I've always said Enzo's going to go Real Madrid. This is not me defending him because I don't want him to go. I don't want him to go. Don't get me wrong, but it's not me defending him thinking he's never going to leave Chelsea. I know he's going to go. He said he wants to play for Real Madrid. Maybe that day will come if they put the money down. Maybe it won't, and he'll be at Chelsea and he'll win things, and then we'll have another discussion again. That's what I'm hoping, because if he's winning things, that means Chelsea are winning things. That means we're being successful again. We should all be happy. Yay, we're winning. Who did he say? Lampard was 10 times the player Enzo is. Okay, Mosey, I'm waiting for you to answer my question, please. Answer my question. So can we get the most important part of the stream now? Like who has the better background, Chris or Matt? Well, Chris is gone, mate. He's gone.
Back.
Matt's back.
He's back. He's back.
Chris is back. Matt's, yeah, they're both out. I've got the worst one. Don't worry, mate. I know it. Don't worry. I'm so
I think Benji's got the best. That's his little weekend home.
Yeah, I have the best background. Wow.
People forgetting he's also our best left winger. He is our best left winger.
Yeah, when he gets in their pockets, oh, mate, yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah, this is what I'm waiting for, Cookie. I'm waiting for Mosey still. Mosey, you said you want a balance in your midfield. You said Enzo's not balanced. So tell me your midfield before we go. I just want to know. I'm not trying to call you out of it. I just want to know. You've said something. Explain it to me. Enlighten me. I want to know. So
we've been paid by you as well. You're paying us.
Yeah, I'm paying you, man, to just like Enzo. Benji, I pay like £100 a day. Chris gets the same, and Matt gets £200. You know what I mean? A day. You know,
None season said he wants Tchouaméni, Caicedo, and Palmer as a midfield three. Right.
When did he say that? Oh yeah.
Great.
Tchouaméni. So okay, cool. So what is Tchouaméni? What does Tchouaméni like? Again, he's the one that's coming in. So what does he bring that makes us better? Could anyone explain to? Because when I think of him, I just think of DM like Lavia sitting in front of the defense.
Yeah.
And I swear he's always injured as well, Tchouaméni.
He's always injured. Always injured.
So we've got another Lavia problem. Cool. All right.
Oh, he commented. He said, a pivot of Kamara and Caicedo. Three.
Well, I've not seen Kamara, so I don't. Benji's going to have to answer this, and he's walking away. So I don't know how. I don't know how good that answer is. So I don't know. I've not seen. I'm going to go and watch this now, Mosey. I am because of you. I am going to go and watch this guy on YouTube properly because I've not seen enough to comment. But I know Benji has. I don't know if Chris or even Matt's seen Kamara. I haven't seen him. A 3-man midfield of Lavia, Kamara, Caicedo, especially against the physical team. Is that good enough to create? Is that good enough to score goals? Is that good enough to break up play? Is that good enough to be the best midfield in the league? Please tell me. Is that the best?
It's nowhere near the best, to be honest. Kamara, don't get me wrong, Kamara is a very good, I'm pretty sure he's Senegalese midfielder. He's very good. Aggressive. He got the African genes and everything. But
He's glitching.
I just had to open the door for my brother.
There we go. That midfield is way too defensive, is what Diego said.
It's just too defensive. Kamara is more as a.
What's the point?
Basically, he's not attacking. Kamara is not attacking. He's not attacking.
So is he just gone for a proper defensive midfielder? If you're playing Man City, Liverpool, Barcelona, that you would play that midfield three, right? You would play that midfield three, right? If you're playing the bigger team. So if you were playing a team at home at the Bridge, like Fulham, I don't know, Fulham at home where we're going to dominate the possession, is that 3-man midfield good enough to break up break up a low block, play balls through into the pockets, get balls in behind them, little balls over? Do they have the vision to be able to do that?
No. Kamara can even do half the shit Enzo can do. The better thing he's better at is running, which makes sense because he's black and African and we're used to running. That's the only thing.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, he's just good at the only thing I can comfortably say this guy is clear is running. It's just running.
I'd say though for that. Why the fuck do we need another one?
And we have Santos too. That's very, very good at running. So why the fuck do I need Kamara?
Matt holding the sausages. That's quality. Read my other previous message. Tchouaméni adds leadership height, physicality to our midfield and allows Caicedo to play as an 8. Oh, so Caicedo is now Enzo. Is that what we're saying? Yeah?
Oh, come on.
You see?
Yeah.
You see these people?
Okay.
You see these people?
Okay.
This ownership got our fan base messed up.
Benji, you take Archie Gray over Enzo. You're a waffler. Archie Gray.
Archie Gray's a striker, isn't he?
No.
Archie Gray, the guy's
It's the DM for Spurs. It's the DM for Spurs.
Okay.
Caicedo's a better as an 8 gem. I would like to see Caicedo further forward, but someone that can sit behind him. But that doesn't still answer the question about the attacking 10. Who's creating? Who's doing all? Are you going to say Barco, Caicedo, and Tchouaméni as your 3-man midfield? That could give you something.
Who's the best creator in a low block?
Enzo Fernandez and Palmer.
Oh, I thought Garnacho was not bad.
Oh, this live's killed me. We've nearly done 2 hours. We've got over 60, nearly 70 people here. Big up to you guys.
Big up everyone still here. Love it.
Yeah, this is a funny live. I feel like Benji is going to be one of those clip guys who appear on No Context Chelsea video.
Benji's the guy.
Listen, we all may disagree and agree. We largely agree on a lot, the chat and us here. There is certain things we disagree on, but ultimately we're always very respectful here. It's just about debating, right?
Everyone's entitled to their opinion.
Yeah, exactly.
We all agree that Enzo is the GOAT. So
yeah. We all agree that Enzo is Chelsea's best player in the history of the football club. All right. Yeah, let's just leave it there. You know what I mean? Caicedo is more of an 8 than 6, but with Lavia being so unreliable. And that I agree on, Coutinho. These are things. Do you know what pisses me off the most with it all? Is that we actually had the perfect midfield. Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo. Yeah, and if Lavia could have just stayed fit for the 2 seasons that we hadn't had him, he would have been your sitter. Caicedo could have gone forward more like they want with the 8. And guess what? You still could have had Enzo there doing his thing, which is perfect. You have the best of everything there. Each 3 of them complement each other because Enzo can do all the things that they can't do in terms of vision and passing, on the ball and locking. And they can do a lot of what Enzo can't do, like getting pressed high and, playing them sharp balls into the pockets and, like carrying a ball and being physical and being able to take the ball off people. They can do all that. It's about having the best of everything. That's for me what makes the best midfield. Not having 3 of the same players all running around like fucking headless chickens trying to win the ball. And then when they get it, they go sideways, because they can't go forward. They're not really comfortable in just playing them balls. I know Caicedo does do it on the odd. We've seen it. Don't get me wrong. But we need someone that's just like, that's got that vision, Lavia is the issue. It is. It's so annoying. I'm subbing now. Why are you unsubbing?
I said about Enzo Fernandez.
Please watch Sangare comps or get a 90-minute and watch it. Sangare for Forest. What are you talking about? He's gone again. You know what's funny? He's walking, but he's not walking. He's walking through the chair and into the wall.
It looked like that was actually his house. Maybe that is Benji's house. Actually walked into the kitchen.
Hungary.
Caicedo can pass the ball better than Enzo. Oh, for fuck's sake. No, he can't, Mosey. Stop forcing it.
He can't even pass the ball forward.
Stop forcing this.
Forward, Jim.
He's not. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't. He can, Caicedo. Caicedo is good ball. He is. You know how they talk about Rice being so good at passing the ball, whatever? No, Caicedo's better passer than Rice on the ball. He is. He can play them balls, them little bits into the middle and stuff. He doesn't do it all the time, but he's got it in his locker to do it. He isn't Enzo on the ball, though. He isn't Enzo on the ball. He hasn't got that vision to be able to wrap up his foot around the ball one touch, not even a touch sometimes. So just wrap it, or just little loop over the top or through ball with his left or right foot, straight through comfortably. He's different, man. He's a different type of player on the ball from a position standpoint in terms of transitioning us and getting us going quickly. He's the guy.
Caicedo's not a transitioner.
It's not a transitioner, no.
No, he's been structured to not be. He basically plays with the defence, and he's used to.
It's out of a Benji stinker. Well, that was a stinker. He can't pass the ball where? No, man. He can't pass the ball where? No, man. Hear this, man. What are you talking about?
He can't pass. He's not. Well, Caicedo is not breaking the lines, passing forward. Like you saw against Everton, he tried passing forward and it get intercepted. Like he's forgotten how to pass forward. He's more
not his strength. Chris is not saying he can't pass the ball. We're saying he can pass the ball. We've seen him play balls over the top, through the middle, and transitions quickly, but he does it from deep. It's different, Mosey. You can't tell me that he's going to do that in tight positions.
That's what Chris is exactly saying now.
Yeah. You know, like it's Caicedo can't pass forward. You're judging his passing on one game. No, but then you do the same about Enzo.
Confidence.
He's not an elite passer, but he's a good passer. He's but he's not Enzo. He's not Enzo level at passing. Enzo is what he is. That's his best trait. You can't tell me that he's better than Enzo at passing. He just isn't. He's not. Let's just stop doing that. In the same game, Enzo had the chance to play Gusto in. And guess what, Mosey? How many times? Because we can do this all day. We really can. I can sit here and bring up a number of opportunities where he's played us in that we should have scored and we haven't. And it's all because of his passing. Oh, let's think about that Garnacho pass against Wolves at home where he loops it over and he's one-on-one with a goalkeeper. He hits it straight to fucking goalie. Like, that's just one of many, mate. Like, we can do this all day. Like, let's not act like he can't do it because he can. So this is what I'm saying. There's no balance to this. You want to try and force it like this so much, but you're doing too much. It's not that. It's, you know what I mean? Like, this live has been jokes. I guarantee if we got thrashed by City, everyone will be saying we missed Enzo. yeah. I will. I'll be the first one here. Enzo, we lost because Enzo weren't there. No, it'll be because our defense is shit, man. It'll be because our defense is shit. Let's be serious. It doesn't matter. The thing with Caicedo is when he does those long passes, you just know something's going to happen. Yeah, true. When he plays, but again, it's like we're arguing about the most dumbest things here. Enzo is the best passer in our midfield. End of. It's not even a debate. Like, we shouldn't be having this debate. He is, you know, and Caicedo is very good at doing it as well, but not at that level with that vision. That's the difference, you know. That's the only thing. But anyway, let's tie it up, guys, because I saw you guys want to get on. It's 8 p.m. here. We've had a really good live as well. Jem at Enzo as 10 or Palmer as 10. Will they both play there? Why are we doing this now? They've both been playing there. Palmer's been shit for a little while now, which is quite worrying. We need him to find his fucking form at the end of the season. I need him to pick up. Lavia is our best passer. Okay.
Yeah, time to end the live. Yeah, I think we on to end.
Yeah, anyway, guys, up the fucking Chels. We'll be back maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. I don't know yet. We'll work it out. You'll see us around as always. Put your notifications on. Put your comments in. Big up, guys. Take care of yourself. Big up, Benji, Chris, and Matt, as always. We'll see you later, guys. Have a good evening.